No, I was looking, I was looking, like, am I supposed to get on booster class? So I get
I see like people
Good afternoon, everyone. Very shortly here, we'll be beginning our services, so please take a seat so we may begin. Thank you.
چیز همه رفتن جلو بیرون شد.
Easy way to get
I can't come home and I give you guys.
No. Y no sé. من نمیدونستم
it's not still.
No, I have no idea.
ماندم در حسرت دیدار تو هر روز شب، جان دهم از دوری دیارشنایی روز شب. هر سحر نام تو را آسوده دل در دارم، تا مگر بر تو رسد از من صدای روز شب. عاشقانه کو به کو شهر شما را گشتم، تا بیابم شاید از تو بعد پایی روز شب دلخوشم با خاطراتی از شب تو روزها بی تو دارم با دل ماجرایی روز شب آره عکسی از تو دارم پیش رویم ماه من روز و شب با یاد تو دارم صفایی روز و شب یاد و خاطرش گرامی
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I don't want to be too loud here. این شعری که الان شنیدین از خالم از ایران فرستاده. That was my aunt from Iran that had the poem. I'm going to start in English and try to do the Farsi part at the end because, as my mom always said, I don't speak Farsi very well, so I'm going to cut that one really short. So I just want to take the time to really thank every single one of you for coming here and also for your friendship and always talking to my mom. My sister said that, you know, if she's going to pretend that she's in an auction and so that she doesn't, you know, lose her composure. And I'm trying to do that, but I don't think it's possible. So anyway, so I'll try to keep it together here. So just thank you very much. You know, my mom really enjoyed all the friends and family quite a bit. And up until the last day, she was talking about all of you guys and all the friends and family that she had. So thank you for everything. So what we're going to just give you a little bit of a view of the next steps. So after I'm done, Sandy will provide a very nice thank you, Sandy, for the saying a few words, and then the grandchildren will be the showcase, and then after that, Hadi and Seema, and I hope that all of you can join us at the end at the Baha'i Center for the dinner. So I'll start just a couple of words about the grandchildren. You'll hear them speak, but my mom continually talked about them, and I'm probably sure that most of you heard a lot more than you needed to hear about my kids and Susan's kids, about how great they are. I do have to say that I think my son is going to disappoint my mom. She was recruiting everybody to come to the University of Michigan. He's not going to, so that's the one area that I think the grandchildren are going to fail. So I'm gonna, as I said again, just a couple of words in Farsi. Just خیلی متشکر واسه اینکه اومدین. همه دوستانی که شما اینجا هستین، مامانم همش خوب چیزای خوب به شما راجع به شما میگو و هر موقع که باشون صحبت کردم خوشحال بودن که با شما صحبت کردم. خیلی ممنون واسه این. امیدوارم که الان بعد از این سندی صحبت میکنه، بعدش هم این بچه‌های من و سوزن، بعد از اون هم اگر خیلی خوشحال میشیم که شما بیاین، علی جون صحبت میکنه و سیما، بعدش هم خیلی خوشحال میشیم که شما بیاین Baha'i Center واسه شب. Again, thank you so much. I'll cut it short. I'm very bad at this, so thank you for being here.
Would you like me to introduce you?
Pretend you're in the auction.
Never been in an auction, but I would try. I also don't speak Farsi. Good afternoon. I'm Sandy Walzak, and I'm a family friend. Seema asked me to start this time with a prayer. Lord God, I would like to ask your blessings on this ceremony and on all who are gathered here as we remember Monavar. May this time bring comfort and peace to family and friends. And Lord, I ask your blessings for Monavar's soul. Amen. I wanted to start with reading the obituary. I know it's on the back of this beautiful program, but I'd like to read it anyway. I think maybe because I want to try some names. Monavar Azimifiroozi, 90, a loving wife, mother, grandmother, and friend, passed away on March 26, 2024, surrounded by family in her Ann Arbor, Michigan home. Monavar was a kind and thoughtful woman with a beautiful soul, always prioritizing the lives and well-beings of others above her own. She was deeply empathetic and concerned about hungry children worldwide, driven by a profound concern for their well-being and a desire to alleviate their suffering. Monavar was also very concerned and passionate about justice, equality, living conditions, and treatment of the people of the home country, Iran. In particular, Monavar was highly devoted to and advocated for equality of women. Monavar was born in Iran, moved to the United States with her husband, Abul Hassan Hapassan, in 1979. Besides being a devoted wife and mother, she found immense joy in her work as a daycare provider in the Ann Arbor area, where she deeply cherished the opportunity to positively impact the lives of children. Monavar is survived by her 3 children, Susan, Seema, and Mertad. His wife, Colette, and her grandchildren, Nima, Huya, Lily, and Liam, all of whom she was immensely proud. Monavar will be deeply missed and fondly remembered by the many lives she touched. Her family and friends will dearly miss her insightfulness, warmth, kind words, and witty nature. When Seema asked me to talk about her mom, I was deeply honored. I've written just a few things, and I hope that my words bring some comfort. Monavar, Mona, Mama June, all ways that we spoke of our friend and family member, mother and grandmother. I, however, have only and always referred to Monavar as Seema's mom. Did not call her anything but Seema's mom. I don't remember when we met, though it was well over 35 years ago. We met in her kitchen. Seema as a willing and able translator. Many times I sat in Seema's mom's kitchen, and always there was food. Cheese, yogurt, bread, and delicious almond cookies. Your mother, grandmother, friend, and family member was a woman of immense kindness and compassion. She was courageous and so very brave. Go back to the auction, hang on. I visited with Monavar a few weeks ago. She was concerned that she could not sit up to visit. I was honored to spend time with her. As we spoke, I knew that the space between heaven and earth was growing thin, and that this may be our last visit. I believe Monavar also felt this. Monavar shared that she was so proud of her 3 children and her 4 grandchildren, that they were all good citizens. She shared that she was happy that she had come to this country, that this country had been good to her and to her family. We spoke about God, and Monavar shared that there were good people in religion and bad people, and that only God mattered. We prayed that God would continue to bless she and her family. Monavar passed the next week. I will miss Seema's mom's beautiful gentleness, her strength, her courage, and compassion. And I will miss her delicious almond cookies. Thank you.
Well, I apologize. we purposely, Sandy, we were worried that if we say a lot of nice things about my mom, you guys are gonna think we're just family. Believe it or not, that's the reason I asked two of my best friends to talk about her, because there's no payment, there's no dinner, there's no nothing involved, and so, and they're, you know. So the next person would be Puya.
Everyone. I'm Puya, and so how I organize this is that I basically am giving some poems, and those are in Farsi, and I'll give the explanation in English. So if you know Farsi, then you have the poem. If you know English, then you have the explanation. And so I'm her grandchild, and I'd like to argue that I'm actually her favorite grandchild, because as you can see on the pamphlet, her life went from Friday, September 29th, 1933 to Tuesday, March 26th, 2024. And that's actually my birthday. And so it's very special events, very special coincidence. And I take that as an honor. And so what I have for you today is that I'd like to honor my grandmother by sharing with you some of her words of wisdom and some of her life philosophy. And I'm going to do this by giving you a poem and then telling you how that relates to her philosophy of life. And okay, so the first poem I have is by Khayyam, and so basically it goes, Khayyam, bazibade masti, خوش باش. در با سنمی دمی نشستی خوش باش. پایان همه عمر جهان نیست است. پندار که نیستی. چو هستی خوش باش. Okay, so basically what that says is that you should find contentness in the experiences of life, in all stages of life, because it says even in the small things, you should find contentness. In the end, it says, at the end of a universe, everything goes to being nothing. So think that you're nothing. Now that you're something, you should be content. So this relates to her life philosophy, because she would always say, enjoy life while you're young, enjoy life experiences and live a well-balanced life, because as she said, when you pass, you won't even take a ring with you. So she would always emphasize that chasing material things and wealth, not to do that, because you should emphasize your life experiences and cultivate those. Okay, and so that's her first poem. And this is one she would always tell us when she was like in the hospital. And so this one was one that we heard very commonly. And I have a second poem for you as well that kind of emphasizes this. And it goes, Shorat, Servat, Qudrat. Harchi, Shorat, Servat, Qudrat, Bishtar, Amniyat, Kamtar. And basically what that says is fame, wealth, and power, the greater it is, the less security you have, or like the less safety you have. And she would always tell us, this kind of emphasizes her life philosophy of living humbly and enjoying life experiences, because it says that the more you accumulate wealth, the less security you have. So she would always tell us that the excessive accumulation of wealth, it's like it's a cause of conflict, cause of war. And so this kind of further symbolizes that life philosophy. And yeah, and so those are my poems. And that symbolize her life philosophy, enjoying life while you're young. And yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily. This is my brother Liam. For those of you who excuse me. For those of you who don't know us, we grew up in Connecticut. So for the majority of our life, we were in Ann Arbor, 2 weeks in the summer and a weekend in the spring for Nowruz. Our summers with Mo and June were filled with so much food, stories of back home, and drawings of these little chickens on pieces of paper towels. I'm not gonna make it through this. My brother and I weren't always the easiest kids to deal with. At one point, we started traveling separately because we were too much to handle when we were together. But she loved us anyway. As we were leaving, she would always ask, "When are you coming back?" We would say the same thing. "We'll be back in a couple months. In the summer, we'll see you next year." My senior year of high school, I decided to come to Michigan for school. So I have spent the last 3 years of my life seeing her more than I've seen my own parents. Now the question she asked me when I go over is, "When are you leaving?" I live in Ann Arbor now, but a few times a year I go home to see my family. I tell her, "Oh, I'll be back in a week." She's like, "Oh, that's good. Good, 1 week is good. Go see mommy and daddy and then come back and stay here." In the time that I stayed with her, she has been an incredible role model. I knew her to be an incredibly proud woman. She was proud of this life in America, proud to be in Michigan. I think she swore to me that this was the safest town on earth. I don't know if I believe that.
The best university.
Yeah, and the best university, the best one. I knew her to be humble, never taking help from anyone, and always asking over and over and over until the task was done, even when she couldn't walk. I knew her to be witty. Some things went right over my head, and someone has to translate for me. But my favorite memory was when Puya and I had convinced her to drink some kombucha, which is Puya's spicy fermented tea. It is not sweet. Give an Iranian tea that is not sweet, bad things happen. And she said something that Seema June told me I could not say. But she made a very bad face. So that's why I get to know. So above all, I knew her to love unconditionally. She always had room in her heart for whoever I dragged to her house that week. My roommates, my friends, everybody that I know knows her by name. So it's because of this that I know she is not gone. I look around at my dad, my aunts, my family, to see that she created an army of people just like her. People who are proud but humble. People who love way too hard. And people who worry a little bit too much. You know who you are. Yeah. I was.
Oh.
You both. Don't worry, you all have a little bit. She will always be with me, with the people that I love, and the people that she created. The last thing I will leave you with, which has already been said and will be said again, is to live life when you're young. Enjoy this moment and everyone that follows, because you will not be any younger than you are right now. I'm fading my memories.
Hi everyone. I'm Nima. I'm one of the grandkids. You did great. I didn't really write a speech, so I was hoping we could just look at some of her pictures together. Here's one. Mama June positively beaming. We called her a Mama June. Big old glowing smile on her face. When you're up here, you're looking at the pictures, you'll see there's a bunch of these. And for the most part, it's the ones with us, her grandkids in them. Sorry, Seema John, sorry Mom, sorry Mirta John. I'm sure she loved you guys, but she loved us. She loved her grandkids. And she made sure that we knew. You know, back when my mom and dad were still in Iran and she had moved here to America, she would call my mom, you know, every now and then, every couple of weeks, couple of months, just check in, hey, how are you? Till I was born. Then she started calling every single day. Yeah, you're good, that's great. But how's Nima? How's my grandson? I was just born, and here she was making my own mom jealous of me. Thanks, Grandma. She absolutely loved her grandkids, and she showed us every time we saw her. Here's one of her with her famous roulette cake that she would make. One of the ways that she showed us she loved her was through food. And she was a brilliant pâtissière. Every time we were there, you've already heard about it. The cakes, cream puffs, cookies, all kinds of treats, a full selection. Some of you all have probably had these. There's another one here, looks like her coworkers. Everyone's got a little dessert plate in front of them, empty dessert plate. Big old look of satisfaction on her face. She was also an amazing chef. She'd make Iranian food like you've never had. One time I asked her, Grandma, this is delicious. So what does it take to make this? How much work do you put into this? She told me, oh, you know, to get it ready in time for dinner, maybe wake up, start cooking, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. When my brother was vegan, she made so much fun of him for not eating meat. I mean, come on, Puya. What kind of Iranian are you? And then she went and invented vegan versions of all of the Iranian dishes and made sure they were just as delicious as they always were. When I was a kid, I told her she needs to start a restaurant. Still think it would have been a big success. Here's another picture. Everyone's smiling for the camera. Mohanjun isn't smiling though. Mohanjun's cracking up. And I wasn't there, so I don't know exactly what she's laughing at. But I can guarantee you it was her own joke. Mohanjun was filled with love, but she was also filled with wit and wisdom and a good bit of vinegar. She loved making us laugh. She loved making herself laugh, but also, you know, would entertain the rest of us. She was dropping her classic Mohanjun wisecracks right up until her very last days with us. Nima, how much money do you have saved up? Give it to me, I'll go around and get you a wife. She had like a week left on the earth, she was telling me this. She filled our lives with so much love and joy, and we're gonna miss her so much. I'll leave you with one of her weirder jokes / sayings. This one never really totally made sense to me. Maybe y'all can help me figure it out. I think there's some wisdom or something there. Farmer's driving his truck around. He gets out, walks to the back of the truck to his goat, and says, "Hey goat, if you could have just one wish, what would it be?" And the goat says, "You know, just one time, I don't want to ride in the back of the truck, I want to sit in the front." All right, thank you all so much for coming and being here. I know Mohanjun couldn't be happier to have you on.
May I just, gosh, I'm like a sideline person. You know, my mom always got every grandchild single, and she said, "You are my favorite." However, she didn't do that to us. So we know they were their favorite because she never pulled me to the side saying, you are my favorite. But every single one of them.
She did me.
No, but she loved grandchildren. I think more than she loved the kids.
Oh, definitely.
No insult, guys. So.
Is it Peggy up?
No, I'm the side talker. No, Hattie is the next. Oh, yes. See, another person did not charge or did not have to say it, or I did not promise to wash her windows. Just say nice thing about my mom.
Hi, I'm Hetty. I am a family friend of the Hassan family, and I've known them for almost 20 years. And everything I heard today couldn't be more true. If I had to speak on her behalf, I would have said the very same things that all of the other people had said. So in that regard, I think she was definitely consistent in the person that she was and how wonderful she was. So when I was asked to say the closing prayer, I had to give a lot of thought about who was Mrs. Hassan, what's befitting of her to what kind of prayer would I say. And so I started thinking about who she was and what a strong woman she was. Although I think we all agree she was very gentle, very warm. She was also very progressive, very advanced in her beliefs as to religion, as to people, and she wasn't impacted, in my opinion, at all about cultural influences or what society expects of us. She had her own opinion. And so in thinking of that, I thought, you know what, the way she accepted everyone and accepted all religions, I really don't want to say just one prayer because I think she accepted all the religions. She believed in God, as somebody said, and that she loved the essence of what it meant. And so in that regard, I wanted to say a couple of prayers in order to help start her life in the afterlife and the journey ahead. So I picked a couple of different dispensations to talk about to you. So I will start with a Christian prayer for the departed. Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let the perpetual light shine upon them. May their souls and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen. Like the seed buried in the ground, you have produced the harvest of eternal life for us. Make us always dead in sin and alive to God. Next, an Islamic prayer. O Allah, forgive Monavar Hassan and elevate her station among those who are guided. Send her along the path of those who came before and forgive us and her, O Lord of the worlds. Enlarge for her her grave and shed light upon her. Now, a Buddhist prayer. You receive and guide her to pure, carefree Buddhist lands. May she have no suffering or worries, but rather receive only happiness. May she be able to see you and see and hear your path. And now a Baha'i prayer. O my God, O thou forgiver of sins, bestower of gifts, dispeller of afflictions, verily I beseech thee to forgive the sins of such as have abandoned the physical garment and have ascended to the spiritual world. O my Lord, purify them from trespasses, dispel their sorrows, and change their darkness into light. Cause them to enter the garden of happiness, cleanse them with the most pure water, and grant them to behold thy splendors on the loftiest mount. And I believe with that she has received all the blessings from all the religions. And there's more, but I didn't get to that. I know there are plenty more, but I know in my heart she welcomed them all. And with that, I will pass it to Seema. Thank you.
don't know how to handle this on the sideline. Plus, I go to the school system, so I'm loud enough for everybody. Well, thank you so much for everybody here. She would have loved it being here. We want to thank Baha'i Center for allowing us to have such a beautiful place. She loved this place. She came here very often with friends and enjoyed being here. So thank you for allowing us to have the ceremony here. We have this is the right next to her cooking. She loved Caspian's food. She always said, if I can't cook, that's all right. We'll go and we'll get it from Caspian. So we would like you to please join us at Baha'i Center to have a Persian cooking, a Persian dinner made by Caspian restaurant, her favorite. So we would love to have you. Please join us there, and I hope to see all of you guys. Thank you for coming.
From all of us here at the Muley Funeral Chapel, to each and every one of you, we would like to extend our deepest sympathies and thank you all for coming here today to celebrate the wonderful and lovely life of Monavar. I just must say, I love all the smiles and laughs that I have seen from every single one of you today. It shows how much of an influence and how much love that she has left with all of you. As Seema had mentioned, we are going to be having a further celebration of life at the Baha'i Center. In the programs that we have provided up front, it has the address right there. So if you will grab one on the way out, go right ahead and please make sure everyone signs the book up front. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I was just thinking, even though I didn't know what it was, I feel like I can speak to all of you. You can always tell the first word that makes friends. I always try. She seemed like one. You guys are all so very
So that's why I asked my friends because I didn't want them to think I'm kind of asked. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you for letting us. This is like just give us just down the street. Okay.
Thank you so much. The hours of spending.
It used to be a fancy house. I've been there. I'm excited. Foundation.
They were like a big
Inside the house.
Well, actually, the kids did. That's good to see you. I kind of do too. Always black and gray. Well, Mom, you kind of put it in our head because, you know, so today, and I think doesn't fit anyway, but isn't she? Yeah. So it should be set up and
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Ride without a helmet when I'm 70. Yeah, I'm gonna start with wearing my helmet, then I'm gonna take the helmet, then I'm gonna go off-roading. You know, do the front, you know, up. Yes. I'm hoping by 75 it'll do the trick. I met you guys at Seamus House.
Yeah,
See you again. That's right. So you had just arrived here or something like that?
we just.
Thank you.
I'm glad I met her and hang out with her and talk to her.
She was a hoop.
She was pretty set in her ways. I knew what she liked and didn't.
I always feel your mom's eyes. Beautiful videos. And when I saw her, it was like her eyes were just it was just,
you know, she tended towards the end to keep herself, but she would say the same things that she always used to say over and over again.
Yes. She was someone that I had met her because I had known her. Yeah. And I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know. Poor kid when I met her. Because you were how old were you? Were you 15?
Yeah, I was
14. Okay. So, and I met Sima in 81.
Yeah, that's 2 years after.
So you were kind of still a kid.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, now, I don't remember you as a kid. I don't remember spending time with you. I remember your dad.
Yes.
And you also maybe
So it's just, no, winning on them. So there's a bet going
food
on.
was always the center of the
And
plate.
Leah, it's
Yeah, my mom. Yeah, I would say I did it right before
then,
so much.
so I don't know who is that. Neil is like my that.
But that's why.
Oh, that's what I
I do
said.
not have this. I do not, that doesn't exist in the same way.
But long distance.
Oh, yeah,
With the colorful,
you know,
very
it was always
cautious.
the consoler of everybody in the family.
But no,
That was
yes.
the run.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would share it. If anybody had any issues, they would call her.
Okay.
It's like midnight, somebody had a fight. Call my mom.
Wow.
Yeah. She was the first, line of defense.
Wow. That's pretty
Yeah, I remember
amazing.
very well. It's like midnight.
I think she was very wise. Yeah. That's what you
Grandchildren, oh no, never did that. But the grandchildren was yes. Really?
Yeah. Your daughter. So Liam has decided that this is go blue. Oh, that's right. So you're gonna go out to California?
So he's got now 5, 6. They're all over the globe. Right?
Right.
So he's also
Okay.
Okay.
He does have great
I was gonna say,
Right. You're gonna have another one, so much farther.
Mom was still middle 2 days. Oh. Just
I even wanted him close too.
yeah, they're not close, Yeah, we had a little get together at Seema's house with picking papers, picking pictures.
Much longer than I. So you do. Yes. Dr. I'm sorry. Yes. It is a blessing to have. Hello, I want to say hi. I want to say thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. She loved her baby. She did. Yeah, she's a wonderful. She'd be so happy that you're here.